Hi, we are now in one of the cloisters of the Basilica of Saint Anthony in Padua, Italy, in an office here in 1898 on a very cold January month. The Franciscan friars of the Basilica founded the Messenger of Saint Anthony. At the outbreak of the Second World War in 1939, Father Placido Cortese had already been working as general director of the Messenger of Saint Anthony for 2 years. Placido was born in 1907 in the island of Cherso, which at the time belonged to Italy, but now is part of Croatia. He was therefore quite young when he became general director of the Messenger of Saint Anthony. He wasn't very tall and walked with a slight limp because one leg was shorter than the other. During the difficult years of the Second World War, Father Placido had, however, a second activity, and it was for these reasons that the Gestapo wanted to arrest him. They couldn't enter the Basilica or the Friary, they belonged to the Holy See, so they decided to kidnap him. On October the 8th, 1944, while Father Placido was in his office, a man, Placido believed to be a loyal friend, called him from the entrance of the friary. The man told him that some people needed his help and accompanied him to a car which was actually parked here, in this particular position. Placido entered the car, which in actual fact belonged to the Gestapo, and disappeared forever. But why did the Gestapo want to arrest him? What was Placido's crime? On the personal request of the pontifical delegate, Father Placido was secretly organizing rescue missions for Jews, British prisoners of war, Yugoslavs, Czechs, and other people fleeing Nazi persecution. He had set up a secret network of lay people, of lay collaborators, which included the Martini sisters. He ran this network from his confessional in the Basilica, this one just in front of the Relics Chapel. Pretending to confess themselves, these lay people used coded language to communicate their request. For example, "I need 5 eggs" actually meant that 5 people needed money and identity cards to get into Switzerland. This arrangement worked quite well for a while, and so Father Placido was able to save many lives. But eventually, the Gestapo got wind of the organization, and this is why they decided to kidnap him. We are now in the meeting room of the Messenger of Saint Anthony. Here we have a beautiful painting of Father Placido Cortese, painted by Italian artist Silvano Vecchiato. For many years, the friars knew nothing about Father Placido's fate. Gradually, however, some reliable evidence of his final days began to surface, due especially to important witnesses. Father Placido was taken to Trieste, where he was subjected to harsh interrogation and terrible tortures, but he never revealed the names of his collaborators. According to the sworn evidence of Vladimir Vutnik, a Slovenian colonel, the Gestapo gouged out his eyes, cut off his tongue, and eventually buried him alive. His body was eventually burned in the crematorium of a lager in Trieste. He probably died in November 1944 at the age of 37. So Placido's ashes were mixed with those of many victims of the Holocaust. the genocide against which he had fought strenuously. Holocaust Memorial Day takes place on the 27th of January each year. On this day, we should learn the lessons of the past and recognize that a genocide does not just take place on its own, but it is a steady and degenerative process which begins when discrimination, racism, and hatred are not checked and prevented. We should always maintain the highest level of vigilance in order to intervene immediately, if it is necessary, in defense of human dignity and peace.